Hello guys, I'm Vicali. I'm currently in Chongqing. Today is the second day of the Belt and Road International Skills Competition. What are the specific categories of day 2 and how do they compete? Who are the competitors? What are the standards of these projects? Let's have a look one by one in this exhibition hall N8. There are 8 categories in total, from like daily practice, hairdressing, beauty, and to the high-end technology, such as the vertical weight transportation categories. Let's have a look how the competition is going on the day 2 here in Chongqing. Hey, 老师，各位老师好。 可以给我们简单介绍一下我们现在这个举行的这个项目吗 ？Let them have a brief introduction about what project is going on here in this section.
Hello, this is the assistant interpreter for the skill management, and this is the Mr. Li Guoxiong. He's the skill competition manager, and I'm the assistant interpreter Liao Ying. And welcome to the skill of pastry and confectionery.
Patisserie. This is the French word.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Patisserie.
Patisserie.
Yeah.
Patisserie.
And confectionery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, we can just translate it as a dessert making.
Yes.
Yes. And I see they are already a lot of products showing here. Is
现在
it?
准备就出品就是那个杏仁糕，这次我们总共参赛队就是来自全世界的有12个参赛队。
Oh, there are 12 teams from 12 different countries here to competing in those categories. And here, because it's like nearly like 11, and the first round of the result, the products are ready in the exhibition. Let's have a look about their race.
它要需要5个小时里面要完成，就是第一个出品就是杏仁糕，然后还有等一下还有一个蛋糕，还有一个糖艺的作品。 它就是我们这个专业里面的一个主要的模块。这是5个小时完成的，就今天早上5个半小时。5个半小时。
Okay, so this work using is taking 5 hours and a half for the competitors to compete this morning, and this is the almond cake. And what's the theme? What's the theme of the? 这是他们的主题是什么 ？What's the theme of this work?
就是那个童年。
哦 ，fairy tale。
小时候你童年你想象的哪一个卡通动物，或者是哪一个卡通主题，你就可以就是说就是展示出来。
Oh, the theme for the morning's competition is a fairy tale. What are the cartoon characters that you have during your childhood? And because we have so many people from different countries, so they all have like different childhood stories. 这个是小红帽鱼。
啊，对对对。
这个是。
都是童年故事，都每个国家都有它的。
This is the red little head and also the wolves.
IP， 同时它要展示它的一个
This is so cute, unicorn.
技巧、色彩、整体印象。
So they're not only show off. They're not only show off the techniques they use, but also the colors, the stories, and also their different cultures according to the place they're from, like the local culture, their childhood cultures. Can you briefly introduce your job here as interpreter for this project?
Yes, as an interpreter, we should pray for the competition documents and translator the ingredients list and also the portfolio for the competitors.
I know they are the 12 competitors are from like totally different countries,
yes.
And some of them may not speak English,
yes.
right? Like what are the jobs we prepare for them, like for the interpretation?
Yes.
And what if they have problems in the middle? How would you help them?
Yes, and first I prayed, and before the competition, I studied the French. So it worked, and also the organizer provides different languages volunteers to help us to guarantee the competition communication.
What are the communication problems you faced these days, or that you want to share with us?
Just like the team from Morocco, they cannot speak English, just French. So we used to use French to communicate with the experts and the competitors.
What questions do they have during the competition?
They don't know how to marking, what's the schedule for the competition.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And here we have our chief judge for this project. Can you briefly give us introduction of yourself?
Hi, my name is Marietta. I'm from China, Macau. I'm the chief judge of this patisserie and confectionery trade.
And can you introduce us about what are the standards and like where did they get the materials and what are the theme like you guys design for the competition?
Okay, our theme today is fairy tale.
Yeah, I already saw the
It's
product.
cute, huh?
It's so
and then
cute.
we have 3 modules basically. One is marzipan modeling, one is the buttercream cake, and then the other one is the sugar showpiece. So they have to align with their story of the 3 products. So like the marzipan modeling, the buttercream cake, and then the sugar showpiece have to be aligned.
Okay, and what are the standards like to to evaluate the product we have? Like I know, like do you taste all of them?
It cannot be taste, but they can eat. Like you can taste, but everything is edible. But today we are looking at like more on the skills. Let's say marzipan modeling, we are looking at about the color, the skills, the technique that they do the modeling, and then like the texture of the marzipan. Like if they like do need it like smooth, and then like for the buttercream, of course, like how smooth the buttercream cake is, and then also the flavor. This one we can try, and then like if you have chance, please come, and then let's see if we can give you a bite.
Like for those food that are edible, like do you like we have many judges, right?
Yeah.
Do you like all of them like have a little sip of the one to try the taste?
We did group up our judges for judging different category. So 4 of the judges will be tasting the cake, and then 4 of the judges will be doing the marzipan modeling, 4 of the judges will be doing the sugar showpiece.
Oh,
so like
okay.
every one of the judges will doing different judging.
No, let's go like that way. And then there is a fan standard, like a cultural things for Chinese people. Like I think the highest standard for a dessert is like not sweet. They always say, "Is it good?" And there's like not sweet.
You know what? If you're eating a dessert and then it is not sweet, then it's not a dessert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder from a professional a perspective, how do you evaluate a dessert?
I think for like a professional pastry chef, of course we have our standard and classic recipe. But then of course when we go to different culture, we have to adapt to that because like they are our customer. So and then like for me, for a very good dessert is like my customer like. So as long as they like it, it is a successful and a good dessert. Yeah,
definitely. And also, I know there is a standard about the frugalities. Like if you have to save the materials, and also you have to pay attention to the hygiene. If it's safe, if it's clean, like for the things. Like how do you evaluate if like if it's a clean, if it's like you save the materials? What are the like?
Okay, now the trend in the industry is sustainability. So like we will use sustainable item or ingredients, and then also we will try to use every single piece and pieces of like what we have. Like let's say in an apple, we can use the skin to like do a syrup, or like and then like we use the flesh for the fillings. So we are using every single part of our product to save like our world's energy.
Do we prepare the food, the raw materials for them?
For this competition, we give almost every ingredient that they need. But some of the country and some of the city may bring their own unique product to add into their recipe. So then that they bring by themselves.
I know one thing really important in every place's food culture is their local culture. Local food culture is also an icon for each district, each area. For example, like the fairy tale theme today, do you evaluate, like if they add their local cultural icon in there, do you evaluate as one of the standards when you see their products?
It will be judging by like impression, but and then of course most importantly is like whatever they add into the cake or like the elements that they add in have to be aligned with the theme, and also it must taste good, of course. Yeah.
Like taste good is always
because sometimes like not every ingredient matching each other.
Definitely.
So like they have to get it right.
Let's get back to the main table of their product. Do you mind to introduce like the one or two the products, because you witnessed the whole process of them making them.
Okay.
Can you like introduce one of the piece that you want to share with us?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get back into the section and to see their fine works and to see what are the stories, like the process they witnessed during their making the.
Okay. I would use Macau because like I know the story better, but may not be the best one. But
yeah.
So this is like from Macau team, is the marzipan modeling, all right? And then you can see a little prince.
That's Super Mario's?
It's a little prince.
Oh, little prince.
It's a fairy tale. Like the story is the prince have to find a rose in order to get the princess, something like that, like or true love. So this is the little prince, and then like while he's trying to find the rose, and then he go through the forest and stuff, and then found an angry mushroom. So that's why the angry mushroom is like attacking him. Yeah, angry
if you
mushroom.
see the facial expression, it's really brilliant. You can see the clear facial expression in the small dessert on there.
Yes. So like this is like the story. So that's why he put the angry mushroom and then the little princess, the marzipan modeling, and then on his sugar showpiece will be the roast. All right.
What is this dessert for? You put on the cake or like for the daily use?
Yeah, for marzipan modeling, usually like in the industry we'll put on a cake for decoration.
I thought that was a plastic one when I saw.
Some of the bakery, like for convenience, like and then so it's a plastic, and then also because like you can like for plastic, like the little girl, little boy can take it as a toy.
Definitely.
But this one cannot keep long. So
because it's so fresh.
Yeah. And then like because it's edible, so like they cannot stay forever. But a plastic one, like the kids can get it as a toy. So like nowadays most of the bakery outside will do plastic, so like they can keep. Yeah.
So, what are these products going to get? Where do they going to go? Like after the competitions, are they going to eat them, or like after the evaluation, after the results come out?
They will stay here for a while for pictures. All right, and then like you can see this is from China, and then it's very cute. It's a panda, and then a penguin.
It's a penguin.
I guess it's a penguin on like
a bird.
Yeah,
I think it's a penguin because it has a swimming over there. Yeah,
it's very cute. So look, you can see every single one that is very cute. Like it's like very.
I wonder. I don't think I'm gonna eat them actually. They're so cute.
Yeah,
it's so vivid like, if you can see.
You cannot eat them because they're too cute, and then like
exactly.
I bite in the head. No way.
No, exactly. Wow, that's a really good place for taking photos. And yeah, thank you for the introduction and good luck for the afternoon competition.
Thank
you so much. Oh my God, these products are so vivid and I can't really take a bite. And for some of them are actually, you don't need to eat them to evaluate the process. And also if you use all the materials like the froggies, the hygiene of their spot also are the standards to evaluate your work in this competition. Like for those cute little toy-looking desserts, the modeling, they are way too cute. And after that, they're ready. They're on the exhibition table for people to take photos. As you can see, there are a lot of audience here, and they are taking photos and they're witnessing what happened going on in the competitions. And now we're going to the second sections. I think they are coming to the end for the competition, and let's just wait for people to get us in here. This area is for the beauty and therapy. Where is the chef? Let's take a look of all this. Let's take a look of there. There's a beauty therapy. Hi, we got the chef of this area. Can you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
I'm Naomi Zatto. I'm from Australia. I'm the Australian expert, and I've been very fortunate to be invited to China to be their chief expert as well.
Can you briefly introduce what's going on here for this project, for the beauty and therapy? It sounds so interesting.
It's really exciting, beauty therapy, because it's all happening in front of your eyes. There's nothing to look back on. The treatments are very fast. Judges have to keep a keen eye so that they can not miss any element. They're doing all sorts of different treatments on the clients, from massage to facials to nail treatments, as well as makeup. Makeup yesterday was amazing because the clients had the traditional Chinese outfits, and that was a beautiful result.
So for these are the real models?
Yes, they're real models. So they come in and the competitors...
So they're as a client, right?
Yeah, they're
real
clients.
customers.
Yeah, so it's really simulating industry, which is a really good thing.
Where do you find the models and to serve as a client? Because we had people, competitors from different countries, like their skin colors, their like skin type are really also important.
Very important, and you're right, because all the competitors are from different countries, they may not be used to Chinese skin, so it's new for them, and that's a great experience and exposure for them to be able to see this.
So the standards of the facial, like the beauty and therapies, like you witness in the real time, like if they're gentle, like the results comes out really nice or no, like what if the model has good skin herself?
That's right. So if the model doesn't have good skin, the competitor can point that out to the judges beforehand so that it's fair. For all, because the person next to them might have someone with a really good skin. So the judges take all that into consideration.
Okay, and then let's have a brief look of over there. What they're doing nail art?
Yeah, so at the moment they're doing gel nails. So, and that's a challenge in itself because everyone's nail shape and nail bed's a little bit different. So the competitor has to judge the nail and apply the polish as neat as they can.
So what is the challenging part of this project?
The challenging part is getting every single finger exactly the same.
The ones are exactly the same?
Exactly the same. So nail length, the polish is correct, it's not too far up into the cuticle, and the overall end result looks smooth and just amazing.
For this competition, and I know the client staff is also, their client experience is also really important because, we are servicing the clients. Are you gonna interview the models after the competition to use that as one of the standards to evaluate their work?
No, that's where we have experienced judges. They can visually see the treatment. So if it's a polish, you can visually see the polish. When it comes to massage, we can see what movements they are doing. We can see the pressure that is applied. So the judges are very experienced in being able to identify all of those elements while they're watching.
Oh, so no need to talk about the models because it's too subjective.
Correct, it's too subjective, and the models, they could differ. One could say the same massage was too hard, and then the next one could say it was too soft, and exactly the same massage. So that's where it's up to the judge's expertise to filter out those sort of different clarifications.
Okay, and what are the next projects we're having in this area?
So this afternoon, we've got two groups, so they will swap over. So this group will go on to do body treatments, so nice body exfoliation, body massage, mask. It makes you want to be on the bed yourself. And then they will swap over here to do a facial and the red gel nail polish, which you've just seen.
Oh, the nail polish.
Yes.
Okay. And is this the first time coming to China?
It's my first time coming to China. And I cannot believe the most amazing hospitality. This competition setup is without fault. It is absolutely amazing.
Do you have a time to go around to see how the city is looking?
I have the competition.
Like beside the competition, do you have a time to have a walk, like city walk?
Not yet.
Okay,
but I have got some time at the end, and I can't wait to see a city.
Chongqing is a city, you know, 3D dimensions, 3D, right? Chongqing is a city we call 6 dimensions. You will figure out how that happens. Like there are so many stairs and the slopes, and when you go up the stairs, you're like, for example, you're in the first floor, right? And you'll go up like 10 floors, and it turns out it's still first floor.
Wow.
You will figure out when you have a time to take a city tour. And thank you so much for having me to give us a brief introduction about the project.
My pleasure.
And we're now going to interview more about the competitions coming to an end. Okay. And thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go. Just as we asked, like the model here, this is the project. I think that this is the only project that use the real models because this competition is really good for the client service. The client experience is also really important. So I was wondering, like the models are various, people are different, and they may have different experience due to their different maybe culture background or like their skin types, whatever their experiences. Like they are different. So and they are experienced judges, referees, and to see what are the exactly movements they have in the process of making the therapy. People may vary; they have different reactions on that. So they add more fair to the status. Okay, now we're in one of my favorite project, hairdressing. And 您好，老师，您可以给我们简单介绍一下您吗？
大家好，我是世界技能大赛美发项目专家组组长季正龙。
This is the team leader of the international world skill competition of the China team. 那可以给我们简单介绍一下这一次啊，就是我们“一带一路”的国际技能大赛这个美发项目，我们有什么不同，或者是我们是怎么比的？
因为这个“一带一路”技能大赛这次是第2届，这个我们所有的竞赛标准全部按照世界技能大赛标准来进行的。
This is the second Belt and Road International Skill Competition, but all the standards are equal to the world skill competitions. 那我们可以给我们简单的，我们边走，然后您边帮我们介绍一下，比如说项目啊，他们正在进行什么，然后还有咱们的一个评判的标准。
我们现在这场比赛呢是这个女士长发向下造型。
We are doing the women hairdressing.
长发向下造型呢，就是我们考量选手主要是从几个方面，一个是染色
the first standard is dyeing the hair. 然后呢？
然后就是这个造型，造型我们要跟图片给到的赛题是一致的，也就是说我们复制。
There is a picture on the screen that show the final result of the hairstyle.
因为这个对于一个竞赛的选手来讲，我们主要考量选手的是一个综合实力。所谓的综合实力，我们要选手拿到赛题以后，它的颜色有要求，对吧？你要按照这个给到的赛题颜色去做这个颜色。颜色主要考量选手的这个涂抹是不是均匀，涂的均不均匀，然后颜色过渡的自不自然，整体的这个色彩的搭配是不是合理？因为一个头发它可能有几种颜色，可能2种颜色，是不是合理？从这几个方面来考量的出颜色的这个水平。
So like there is different standards to evaluate if the final result is good enough. Like we define from the color if the colors are even and if they have the good curly angles, if the whole status of the final result comes out really good. 那我们有一些颜色，像比如说浅发的颜色，其实它涉及到漂发的，这个在我们的比赛中也是否有进行的一个考核？
这个是根据选手的这个选择，你可以漂，也可以不漂。最终就是我们造出来的形状要符合我们赛季的要求。
就是只要就是你随便，但是你必须得那个
符合赛季的要求。
对，就
给到赛季的要求。
So there are some colors, the light colors need to bleach the hair, but it's the competitor's choice to decide if they're gonna bleach the hair. Like no matter method you're using, you need to qualify the qualification. You need to be qualified the method, and also you need to get the final result as good as possible. 那我们那边也是在进行这个颜色是吧？那颜色他们相当于就是每一个人有一个不同的一个样子，然后进行自己的创作吗？
不是，我们给到的赛题，大家现在看到，我们现在10位选手在进行现场比赛，我们给到的赛题一样的颜色。
一样的颜色，那我已经看大家颜色都不一样了。
就是我们每个人对这个色彩的理解是不一样。打个比方，我指定的颜色，举个例子，粉色的，我指定的，你必须要用的。
就是这个颜色是你一定要用的，剩下的你就
剩下你自己搭配。就是你这个颜色搭配起来合不合理？你看我们给到的10位选手，每个人颜色都不一样的，但我们给到的赛题是一样的，因为我们每个人对色彩的理解是不一样的。我打个比方，我喜欢的色彩跟你喜欢的色彩可能是不一样，对吧？我们就拿穿衣服来讲，你喜欢黑色，我可能喜欢白色，我可能喜欢蓝色。就是我们选手也是一样，我指定的颜色你必须用了，对吧？只要你用了你指定的颜色。那可能你就是符合要求的，然后呢，其他的颜色你可以自由搭配，但我们每个人脑子里想的这个颜色肯定不一样，我可能用其他颜色的搭配，你可能用另外一种颜色的搭配，所以说你看10位选手的颜色都是不一样，
So there is actually only one defined color for each competitors. You have to use that color, but for the rest of the color combination, it's all your decisions to decide which color you're gonna use, depending on your hobby, your liking, your habits on the color choosing. And 因为发质其实也很重要，对吧？这个模特头，我们现在用的这个是真发吗？
我们这个虽然是教学头模，但它这个发是真发的。但在这个模块的比赛过程当中，我们今年9月去法国里昂比赛，这个模块是真人模特。
So for the happening the upcoming competition in France for the skill competition category, they're going to use the real model with the real hair. And even though for this section they're using the fake heads, but their hairs are from the real human, they're real hairs, just to increase the incredibility about the real action on the techniques for this category.
因为这个比赛最终我们考量选手，他不是从单一方面，其实考量选手的一个综合实力。所谓的综合实力是什么呢？就是我们选手，就是我们日常在生活当中，我们所做到的这个发型，可能都要在这个选手的身上体现出来。也就是说，我们现在比赛不是比赛为了比赛而比赛，其实我们就是做的发型都是体现在生活上面。
Yeah, we have a comprehensive standards to evaluate the competitors in different ways. This is because this is a daily practicing we're using real way in the workplace. So for this competition, they have various different standards as a comprehensive standards to evaluate if they're having a good hairstyle from their respective standard and also perspective standardizations. So this is how we have these project categories here. 谢谢老师也非常感谢您对我们进行的一个介绍，也希望我们这个比赛进行得很顺利。好，谢谢。And thank you so much for having us a brief introduction about this area. And you can see there are so many different colors. I thought they're having the same theme, but innovation is definitely one of the part for their artistic standards. They have to. I think they're coming to the end. They're all different, like the colors. Let's have a look of the hairstyle over here. It's so funny. Over there. Camera, let's go this section. Right here. For this section, you will never know about what section, but it's a coffee making. I'm so excited about this part, coffee making, because it's actually one of my daily necessities for every day. I really need coffee every day, and let's see how they're doing the competition here. Eric. Right here. I think they're coming to an end to evaluate the products, and let's have the chief refugee here. Eric, hi.
Hey, 你好，你好。
Oh, oh my God, you're Chinese.
欢迎。
Oh my God, you're Chinese. I'm like confused. So,
所以我们讲英文还是中文？
我们讲英文。
英文 OK, let me speak English.
Oh my God,
Fine.
his English is so nice. Can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
About myself, I'm Eric. My Chinese name is Lin De-en. 小红书卡贝老林。
Famous. Yeah, that was a famous account.
I've been here in China for 26 years, and I founded a company called Coffee Commune, 咖啡公社, to help Yunnan small coffee estates to have a better future, teaching them how to do specialty coffee and selling it for them.
For this project, can you briefly introduce us how to compete? What are the themes? What are the categories?
Right. Well, so this is the coffee competition. In the coffee competition, it's obviously all about coffee, and that means you need to know how to make it right, and you need to know how to present it right. Today is the second day. We're doing specialty and like the signature beverages, and that means they have to use espresso, 1 shot of espresso per cup. but then they have a lot of freedom as to what other ingredients they are going to use. And that is really fascinating because they can use a lot of creativity that they pull from wherever they're from, right? So we experience a lot of different flavors today.
Do we prepare the materials for them?
Well, for the base materials are prepared. So the milk is prepared, the coffee beans are prepared. But particularly for their signature beverages, they are allowed to bring their own ingredients. I need to, as chief judge, as head judge, I need to examine them, make sure that they are safe and that there's no alcohol and no prohibited substances. But otherwise, they can basically use anything that is consumable.
So I have a question. Do you need to taste each cup of the coffee here to,
The judges have to, and I actually need to go there too because the China contestant is ready to perform.
Oh, really? Yeah, you can continue.
Feel free to have a look.
Let's see, like the competitor from China is ready to present his work, and let's see what they're doing here. Oh, so they're waiting for the judges here.
Yes, so this is a very serious thing now because as of the moment when he says time, he's in his zone and he has 15 minutes to prepare and present. Judges, are you ready? Okay, judges are ready. Whenever you are ready, just give us time. Okay, so I need to be a bit more quiet now because he is presenting.
Yes.
So he's now in a zone of 15 minutes that he needs to introduce himself, needs to provide a really good service to the judges who are like representative of a customer in a cafe.
So they're just see the judges now as a clients, right?
Correct. So he's pouring them water now and he's going to tell them casually, hopefully, what he's going to do for them, what the background story of that is, and then he's going to move into actually preparing it.
That one for you.
Yeah.
Let's just stay quiet to wait for the presentation that the Chinese competitor is showing for us.
The tea produced comes from Yunnan of China by brew, refrigerate the tea and water for 8 hours, and the rich machine.
The coffee bean is from Yunnan of China. I'm just like not translating, like louder what he's talking to you guys. Have a look about the whole presentation he has. What they're writing for.
Yeah, so he has just introduced what he's going to make, and he told them to please wait as I prepare the espressos.
So now they're doing like right now, like in front.
He has to do everything right in front of them because there's 3 technical judges who examine how well he is doing this from a technical perspective.
During the process.
Not wasting materials, using the right amount of coffee, keeping the workstation clean, all of that is important.
What if the competitor cannot speak English well for the presentation?
Here in this competition, the competition language is English. That is a bit of a challenge.
Oh,
so
okay. That's also a language challenge.
For some, there is a language challenge, but I'm quite impressed how well most of the competitors have prepared at least what they want to say. So they might not speak English really, but they've prepared what they want to convey in advance and basically learned it by heart, some of them. But his English is pretty good.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, what do you think the influence about such international skills competition can bring to the coffee industry and also to those coffee walkers in the field?
Yeah, well, skill competitions are really important because it's always pushing the boundaries, right? Because they always have to come up with something new to impress the judges. So first of all, to start competing means, okay, I'm trying to do better than I have been, and I try to do better than others. So there is this sense of being really good at it. That's important to start with. But then as you rise in competition, international competition, eventually maybe world barista competition, you really have to reach the highest standards. You cannot do the same routine or parts of the same routine that anyone has done before, and they have done this for 20 years. So they have to know what every other world competing barista has done before, so they learn about it, and then that inspires them again to be more creative again. So it really pushes the boundaries of what you can do with coffee.
So from professional coffee making perspective, I think coffee bean is really important in the taste, right?
Of course it is, yes.
And then coffee beans, the process of making it, what do you think is the most important factor in making good coffee? Just pick one.
I can pick you one. That all the factors are brought into sync. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
I know that's not what you were looking for, but if you have an amazing bean and it's poorly roasted, it doesn't help. If you have a well-roasted amazing bean and the barista messes it up, it doesn't help. You really have to have all of it. And the one who is on the spot is always the barista, because nobody sees the roaster, nobody sees the farmer.
Okay, give out the...
Acidity and sweetness, I will extract 40 grams of espresso.
Wow. So give us a suggestion, like how can you tell this coffee is good? Like from my perspective, I would say, okay, they have different layers of flavors. Like for example, the first sip is bitter, then the second is a little bit sour, and the end you can feel the aroma of the coffee bean. Like from the professional perspective, what is a good coffee?
Yeah. So there is a standard for assessing coffee. Mm-hmm. So as coffee tasters, we look for different aspects, and they all need to, again, be in balance. The acidity of the coffee, the complexity of the flavor, the body, the balance itself, sweetness, all need to come together to make it an amazing cup of coffee. And we actually have a graded system for that, so that we can tell a coffee is specialty grade, so a really good bean, or it's just commercial grade, which is an okay coffee to drink, but nothing special.
Oh, wow, interesting. Really interesting to know. What's your favorite coffee? Like espresso, Americano, like name one.
Yeah, well, as a coffee taster, I'm interested in the finer notes of the coffee, so I normally do pour-overs, because that's a lighter roast.
It's like the pattern, like the...
No, that would be an espresso with milk, and then you lapa, right? You latte. That's not what I mean. No. Pour-over is a lighter roasted bean, so you have a higher acidity, but that means you also have all the complexity of the different flavors still present in the coffee, and you hand pour it. It's not made with a machine, but it's slowly brewed by hand. And that way you can experience all the detailed flavors.
Oh, and then you have been in this field for more than 20 years?
Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, you were saying?
How long have you been in this coffee field? And what made you to, step into this field for...
Well, I've been drinking coffee since I was 14, so that's a long time ago.
Wow. What made you to drink coffee so early?
I'm German. We drink coffee early. But I got into coffee industry 10 years ago, and the reason was that I experienced the very difficult situation of small Yunnan coffee farmers, that they were basically without any hope to ever make money when they just make standard grade coffee, because they're so small, they cannot go directly to market, their costs are relatively high. So I decided I can do something about it, so I founded Kaffee Gongshi, Coffee Commune, and consistently teach them how to make better coffee, and then we process it, we roast it, and we sell it under our brand. And next step, hopefully, we can start branding the individual estates so that they have their own brand equity. That's my dream.
Oh yeah, that was a nice dream. And you've been staying in China for 26 years?
Yes.
Like what made you to, start your journey in China in the first place?
Well, I was sent here at the time. I was a manager for a big chemical company, so they sent me here and then I stayed.
Wow, do you like here?
I do.
What is the one thing you want to recommend to your friends or family that about China? If they want to, no matter travel here or live here, Well, experience the diversity of it. It's a very big country with so many different regional specialties. Regional food, regional culture. It's very diverse. It's worth checking out. Besides coffee, name one, the Chinese food you love the most.
One Chinese food I love the most. This is going to be funny because it's not something any Chinese person would find very special, but guotie.
Thank you. Now we're waiting for the competitors to pour out his espressos. And the whole presentation is gonna last for 15 minutes. And yes, that's for the section. Okay. I think it's coming to an end for him to show the final result of the coffee espresso. I was impressed to see they're using the wine cups to have the coffee. Oh, they're trying to pour that evenly. Okay, one for the Chef Josh, the Eric that we just interviewed. And then we have 2 more cups. Let's wait them to have the first try. It smells so good.
Judges, you can close your eyes and imagine being quite like this. Shaking the glass gently and feeling the aromas of the flowers and jasmine. Then you can drink it. The grapes like stars shining in a sea of jasmine flowers. And you will feel the aroma of coffee and fruits is very lingering. Please enjoy.
Oh, they're having water first to clean the taste in their mouths and in order to have the true taste of the coffee. Oh my God, look how the professional they are to taste the coffee. Oh, they need to smell, they're smelling first. Smell first, and then take a sip. Oh, they're tasting it. Oh, only 1 sip of the coffee? They already have their answers. 2 tastes of the coffees. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. I want to try as well. They only have 2 tastes and we already have the results. I wonder, like at this early, they're tasting the coffees, and then we just finished the one. Oh, they're clapping for the. I think he may get good results for that. Our competitor from China just completed his competitions, and there are also some competitors outside of the section to see the result and to share the thoughts, opinions, and experience. Okay, yeah, 4 sections precisely introduce you what are the categories, and they have 4 more. We're just gonna have a quick look about each category. Over here, it's floristry. Have a look about how the floristry going here. It requires the competitors to design and create flower projects with principles and the elements of the floral design, including composition, color, design concepts, technique, and also appropriate application of the plants. A fun fact of these flowers, the competitors have all the flowers, all of them in the first day, and they have to keep the flower fresh all 3 days in a row, and they need to, according to the different themes, you need to compose which flower they're using. So yes, they have different themes and they have different characteristics, and the flower is for different use, such as they have a table flower, and they have also the flower decoration on head for the blooms. And for this section is for automobile technology, the new energy cars. What they're doing, they're fixing the real new energy cars. They're fixing the real models right here. They need to figure out what problem they have, and they need to fix on the scene. And have a brief look of here. They're like the competitors are sitting in front of the computers, and these are the logistic and freight forwarding. They need to use the calculation and to logically apply the process to send the freight on the railway, airway, and different transportations. So basically, they're doing the calculation. It's almost coming to an end. 14 minutes left. And yes, this is today's tour of how the competition looking like here in this hall. And if you want to know more about the competitions, and stay tuned with CGTN, we will have more short videos coming over and to introduce about how to compete and what are the fun facts of the competition, what are some words that the competitors want to say to us. And that's it. Bye-bye, guys. Good luck to all the competitors today for their project.